Mosoma, Mosoma. Kuma, 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 kuma. Angativo, umbusa tanga, ne usama kosa. Anumuna, sisi au, yasama kosa. Amuna yeye, koma, sama kosa.
This is Temple Afri TV, Beyond the Headline program. I'm your host, Donna Rankin. We have together tonight with us 4 designers from our AGR Legacy fashion show for 2017. We have on our far left, we have Winter, Barika, Fuzia, and Naimal. And I would like to start off first by asking Naimal, tell us a little bit, Winter, tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
My name is Winter Mangsab. I started designing or imagining fashion since I was a little kid, but now I got the chance to pursue it. So I guess I'm doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Barika?
My name is Barika Rankin, and I am of Antiguan descent, and I started fashion probably since I could remember, like back until a little kid cutting up clothes for Barbies. But yeah, I am excited about fashion in every way, so I'm looking forward to the opportunity.
And Fuzia?
Hi, my name is Fauziat Mohammed. I went to a fashion and designing school in Africa. I have been doing this job for about 24 years now. I've been so old in this. So, to cut it short, fashion is something that I like doing. I like to use my hands in exhibiting a lot of things. So, per se, I've been lucky to have this job as a fashion and designing, because as mothers, sometimes you need a job that could keep you in the house and something that will make things easy, especially somewhere in America. You need things like that.
Okay.
So, thank you. Amen.
And Naima, tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, my name is Naima, and I've developed interest in fashion designing sometimes towards like my middle high school years. Well, when I was little, I was always interested in seeing like, you know, different style, different fashion. I started making my own clothes, wear them to school. It started to get a lot of trends and a lot of comments, even post on news. And then I did my first show right out of high school at Mall of America, and ever since then I started doing a lot of shows. It was exciting. It was thrilling. Just recently I decided to stop doing shows because I got a little busy doing weddings.
Okay.
And they have been pretty exhausting. It takes a lot of effort, but I'm really thankful that, you know, I can learn different things in the fashion industry and develop more skill in it. And I am really excited for this event.
Thank you. I have a few questions, though, that is a little bit more personal to each one. Let me go with Barika. Why did you choose fashion designing as a career?
So I actually haven't chosen fashion designing as a career. It's actually another one of my passions. So this is an extension of myself. I'm very creative, so I do a lot of other things, but this is something that I needed to breathe love into. So, yeah, I'm excited to do it more frequently.
And Winter, who and what inspires you with your designs?
Ooh, that's a good question. what inspires me is basically inspired by nature and the architecture that human and nature can communicate, which you can never run out of inspiration out of. That's where I am driven, or that's where I get my inspiration for. And first of all, I was inspired by my mom when I was a little young.
Nice. And Naimal, what do you consider your strength or your weaknesses in fashion designing?
My strengths and weaknesses? I would say my strength in designing is that I'm able to expand beyond this world, travel, see different places, meet different people, learn different culture, and going back to the history to now. That would be my strength. My weaknesses is, it takes a lot of practice.
Okay.
It's something you have to keep doing until you get better and better and better, and that's my ultimate goal.
Lucia, how do you describe your style that you design? How would you describe it to me if I would ask you?
Well, I will say African designs and local creativity. I mean, we do it international, but more of Africa. We try as much as I try as much as I can to create something that will fit the African culture. That we all know that when we talk about Africa, we know how Africans look like.
Right.
We have more of plus sizes in Africa. So as much as we can, we are trying to make the plus sizes don't feel bad. So as much as we can, we do plus size clothes for plus sizes, and for the the size 0, we already know how to go about it. So
right.
Mostly is African thing and African creativity, like my other colleagues just said. I mean, they just said it all.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be creative. You should know what you want to do.
Right.
And that's it.
Nice. And Winter, what, according to you, that would be your favorite part of being a designer?
I think I would say the transformation, or that your imagination coming to life. It's really rewarding. Like when you imagine something, it's nice like to bring it to life and see it like out.
Mm-hmm.
And when you create it, it's actually you're imagining a person, or you're imagining yourself or someone wearing that,
Mm-hmm.
going somewhere or becoming happy. So when you actually see that in your real life, it's very rewarding.
Okay.
So
Cool. And Naimal, what do you consider the most important facet of just being a designer, a fashion designer?
I look at what I do as an opportunity to engage with people, help them come out of their comfort zone, certain style and looks perspective. And I think a lot of the outcome that I have gotten from it is that, when a client doesn't know how they should style or look, but knowing that this is the look they really want, but they can't bring it out, this is where I come in, and it becomes like the most exciting part of the work. And then once it like transform and come to life, they're just like the most happiest, beautiful people.
Okay,
Yeah.
Nice. Barika, what are the skills required to be a successful fashion designer, in your opinion?
I guess, in my opinion, I think it's just to have the utmost drive, because it can be very difficult to keep the motivation and the drive if you don't have a passion for it. I don't know how anybody could do it without having a passion for it, because it's difficult to break into if you don't love it. The second thing is probably being creative, and the last would be sort of tailoring your work to your models, making sure you have that skill, because obviously if you don't have that and your work's going down the runway, it's not going to look good if it doesn't match the person.
And I'm actually going to ask this same question to everyone. Is basically, how do you keep up with the trends, the ins and outs, the new look? It will be one look today, and next week it'll be red, blues, florals. How do you keep up with the trends? Winter, you could start us off.
It actually requires a lot of hard work, a lot of keeping up with the media, what's going on, what people are going for the most. And there are some websites or some broadcasting that they post or they do researches throughout the year and say, oh, this is going to be that. So you have to be up to date constantly to make sure that you're providing what's out.
Brika?
So one of my main careers is the beauty field. And I think that's what keeps me the most connected is my clients. I don't even have to know, I don't have to watch TV. I know what happened because everybody's talking about it in the salon. Everybody knows the hottest song. I guess I get a lot of my inspiration from music. I get a lot of my inspiration too, and staying with the trends from the people I'm with every day, because that's where it comes from, and that's where it circulates, is from the people in the first place. So, I guess environmentally.
Cool. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the two have just said it all, but I'll just add a little to it. Well, it's sometimes creativity. You don't have to always watch. You have to use your mind. You have to be able to create things on your own. Sometimes there are some of us, I sometimes sleep and wake up and sketch things.
Okay.
And so you don't have to just always watch or listen to what people say. Sometimes you have to be creative. We don't always have to copy. Sometimes, we create things and it goes everywhere. So as much as we can't, this is what we do for our living, and that is what we want to do. So I think, we see it on televisions, we see it on everywhere, and when we listen to people, people bring some outfits too. We have looks at them, but you have to be smart. You have to be fast. Somebody doesn't bring an outfit, I want this. You have to let the person feel good. So as much as you can't, I suppose you have to bring your creativity there. You have to make the person look very smart, lively, and anytime the person takes your outfit, she or he feels like coming back to you again.
Nice.
So sometimes it's good that way.
Yeah. My mom, you want to add to that?
Yes, I believe that, as a designer, it is your job to create the next look. It is your job to present what the world is going to follow, because it's all about your creativity. Let's say you're in your own sewing room all by yourself in the world. You didn't look at TV, newspaper, or anything like that. And all of a sudden an idea comes into your mind and you bring it to life, and then you take it out there and present it. People will begin to follow that look, and then all the other trends and all the other stuff will start to come out of that look. And, there's a saying that fashion repeats every 10 years. So every 10 years it comes back with every different generation. And that also goes with based on who you target as well. When you target the school age, the college, you know, you create a look for them of what's more excited, and they will all follow.
Cool.
When you target like elderly people who like to dress modestly or anything in those style, they have their own unique different trend, and you just have to know how to create for that specific category.
Right.
Otherwise, in overall, you know, it all starts with the designer.
Nice. And my final question to you ladies, whoever wants to jump in, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Should I pick or?
I can go.
Okay.
I think in about 10 years, I think I can look at myself having my own shop. So I tend to have my own little shop. That's the goal for long run. So I love to provide each individual the way they wanted to dress. They should be able to find it. They shouldn't be able to go with what has been provided. You know, we go out to shop sometimes and we don't find what we wanted to dress like.
Right.
So I think everybody is a designer in their own ways. They just don't have that ability to create it. So that's where we come in and say like, oh, okay, so this is it. So I like to do that in the long run with the little my own
Nice.
shop. So
Rika, what about you?
In 10 years, I would like my I call it a movement because, like I said, I do multiple different things. So I would like my movement to be all over the world. I would like my designs to be all over the world. I would like my movement to be known to everyone, and that is for people to be happy in themselves and who they are and comfortable in whatever they're wearing no matter what. So, I mean, yeah, let's
Nice.
do that.
Well, we are far gone, but well, when you talk about good things for yourself, it happens. In
Right.
10 years' time, I will want to be mentioned like any other big-time designer.
Nice, yes.
And I mean, to be able to design for Beyonce, Rihanna and co. You could see this time African fashion is moving very fast, and they wear them. So why can't we design for them too?
right.
So as much as we can do that, I suppose if I have a good school to be able to enroll a lot of people to also learn this gift of mine, I suppose that will be very perfect. Besides that, in fashion schools, I know when I went to school, they never taught me anything called freehand cutting, and I learned it myself. With African creativity, you don't always have to be doing pattern works. You sometimes have to learn the faster way to do things. And it's hard to do it, but if you are able to maneuver your own way in that, you will be good. And as much as I can, I want to have my school and enroll a lot of people to learn this wonderful creativity of mine and
That is very
excel in the
nice.
world.
That's a good one. Very nice. And for yourself?
Yeah, 10 years from now, you know, as a human being, it's hard to predict what's going to happen later on or where your talent can take you. But all I would say is, you know, as long as I have the passion and to keep driving with it, God will lead the way for me. But in overall, you know, I'm sure I have this gift for whatever reason He has planned for me. and whether it is, using it to create a development or to help others or to reach out to others or to serve, to do weddings or your special days or your special moments, things that we need in basic principles of life. That's where I will hold my ground in designing and let it take me as far as they want me to go.
Nice, nice. Ladies, it has been a pleasure. And we're looking forward to seeing you all and your designs November 10th. So with that, I say good night.
Sumanye Atele Mosoma, Mosoma Alumuna sisi au ya sama kosa amuna yeye koma sama kosa